You have any side effects?
No, I don't have any side effects.
Do you have any?
I don't have any.
Can you feel it?
I can't feel it. Is it? I was able to do it, and then I did it.
And how long did that take you?
That took me about a week.
And then you went home
I practiced at home.
And so what do you think the biggest benefit of this is?
The biggest benefit is that it's going to help people with spinal cord injuries and people with Parkinson's disease and people with epilepsy and people with depression, anxiety, and all these different things. I could still move the mouse with my mind.
Have you seen it?
Yeah, I had. It's actually pretty cool.
Is it like a chip?
It's a small chip, yeah.
So I'm curious about the device itself, the actual, how long did it take you to get used to it?
It was a process, it took a few months to really get comfortable with it, but now it's just part of me, in my head.
Can you show us?
Can you show me where?
Right here. So the future is going to be amazing. We're going to be able to do so much more.
Shalom. First off, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Harkodash. I want to give double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of GMS who have taught us this word and teach us this word today. And I want to give a salutation unto the elect, the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel scattered across the four corners of this earth. This is the brother Yathaz Akbar with the GMS Nebraska camp. And in this lesson, I want to touch on the video that just played at the beginning. These are the times that we're coming into, now, with that video, and, I believe I'll, make the title something along the lines of what I'm about to say now is that, that video is AI, but it's still very relevant. The things that he's talking about in that video is prophecy. That's Revelation 13 and 16. Where people are going to be getting RFID chips implanted in their brains and in their hands. And this is technology that we're already seeing. This isn't no far-fetched concept. So again, even though that video is AI, is super relevant because you can swap that video out with, for example, you had the guy in the wheelchair that was talking about the Neuralink, and he was on Mr. Beast's YouTube channel, and he was saying basically all the things that the Jake was saying in that video at the beginning, but this Edomite was talking about it. So it doesn't matter if it's AI or not. At the end of the day, we understand that these are the times that we're coming into. We're going to be seeing this happening in real life, to where you're going to have people at expos and making videos online and showing themselves and pushing this technology that Esau is getting ready to implement in the world. And let's go to 2nd Ezra chapter 9 verse 1. Which says, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. And when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. So it's telling us to measure the times. How do we measure the times? How do we know what time we're in, or how close to the end of this age that we're at? Well, we measure the times by prophecies. Because there are prophecies that are going to come to pass at the end of Esau's rulership, at right before the Lord returns, right before the kingdom of Israel is established. And one of those prophecies is the MOTB being implemented on a global level. Now, it's not at that level yet, but it is being implemented slowly but surely, and it's getting ready to be implemented on a much higher level. And this is why we see Esau pouring so much into the infrastructure for the MOTB to work. This is why they're building data centers that are, tens of thousands of acres large. They're building data centers that are the size of cities. Why do you think they're doing that? Because they need the grid to make this work. Why do you think governments and countries are making the shift to go digital, making the shift to digital IDs, digital money? That's all happening so that this grid can be set up, so that the MOTB can be implemented. Because again, like the scriptures say, Let's go to Revelation chapter 3, verse 10, where it says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. You know, so this the mark of the beast is going to be something that is a global system. This is going to come upon all the earth. It says that Esau is going to you know, push the MOTB on everybody, small and great, rich and poor, free and bond. So that goes for anybody in every country, you know. So let's go back to that second Esdras. And let's jump down to second Esdras chapter 9, and we're going to go to verse 5. It says, for like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. So what does that word manifest mean? And I hope my microphone is working. Let me turn this Bluetooth off just in case. But manifest means clearly revealed to the eye or the understanding, open to view or comprehension. And shoot, that AI video that just played is showing that the end is manifest in and of itself. Because the fact that somebody would even make a video like that, with that man speaking about the things he was speaking about, and you know, the things he was talking about, you know, and the video at the beginning aside, the fact that people are even getting the MOTB, you have people walking around with this technology in them right now. That's showing that the end is manifest. How? Because that's prophecy taking place right before our eyes. An end time prophecy, you know? So that's showing you how close we are to the end. You know, and Esau, very soon, Esau is going to move, you know, at hyper speed with this thing. You know, it's a gradual, it's gradual steps that he's taken as of right now before he's fully implementing the MOTB. But it's going to get to a point to where Esau is going to really crank it up and start pushing this thing. And that could come through a Black Swan event. You know, that could come through, you know, that's the main thing. You know, it could come through a Black Swan event to where, you know, the dollar crash, you know, some type of major stock market crash, you know, some type of system failure, you know, massive blackouts, you know, whatever the case may be, to where Esau has to come with a solution, as these elites do, ordo ab chaos, order out of chaos. And who knows what type of planned chaos or, you know, systematic breakdown that Esau would bring, so that he can bring a systematic build up, which is what this new grid that he wants to go to, this new system that he wants to go to, which is that beast system, that great reset, as Esau has coined it himself. You know. Now let's go into some of the things that he was talking about in that video, because like he said, when they was asking him, you know, what is the brain chip for, like how does it help? And he said it helps with many things. It helps with spine issues. It helps with epilepsy. You know, if you are crippled, it helps with that. Anxiety, depression, whatever the case may be, that's going to heal it. And that's going to be a major selling point, for lack of better words, that Esau is going to push this thing. It's going to make a lot of people want to get it, you know. And the scriptures talk about that in Revelation 13 and 14, which says, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast. So Esau is going to deceive many, many, many people with this MOTB technology. And he's already doing it. You know, because you have it to where you have paraplegics. You have people that are wheelchair bound. And then they get the Neuralink, for example, and now they can control things and live life at a much higher level of ease than they were able to before they had it. That's a miracle. You know, Esau is going to be showing different studies and different, you know, science that's going to show, see, look, now that he has this brain chip, now that he has this MOTB inside of him, he's not depressed anymore. He's healthier now. He's doing this now. He's better now. And that's you know, a talking point that Esau is going to constantly push, that's going to get people conditioned and comfortable with this technology. It's going to be a prosperous thing. On one hand, he's going to be talking about the miracles and how much it can do for your mind and for your body. On another hand, he's going to talk about how good it's going to be for society. He's already saying that when for example, another aspect of this great reset that he wants to go into, he wants AI to take over all these different jobs. And Elon Musk, for example, he's saying once AI takes over these jobs, you know, society is going to run so well that we're going to be prospering to a point to where everybody can own a mansion. Everybody is going to be able to get high income and they won't even have to work. This is the type of messaging that Esau is pushing regarding this system, when really it's an evil, sinister thing that he's trying to do. Esau is trying to play God. Esau is taking Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai's creation and altering it as he would like to alter it. He's changing it how he would like to change it. But he's making it seem like this is something that we should want. This is something that we should run after and that we should agree with. You know, that's why it says in Isaiah 47 and verse 10, it says, for thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, thou hast said, none seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge have perverted thee. Because you have to have a high level of knowledge and wisdom and you know, because you gotta have the technological advancement. You gotta know the science. You gotta know how to bond the chip to the brain and how to connect it and how to get the system rolling. That's a high level of wisdom and knowledge. But what does it say? It says thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it had perverted thee. So it's making Esau crooked. It's making him it's getting him in a mindset like, man, with all this that I figured out, I can do what the Most High is doing. I can take the Most High creation and make it better, which is exactly what Esau is trying to do with this technology. He's acting like this is how Esau puts it. He's acting like this is the next evolution of man. Like this is an upgrade to the Most High's creation. You know, but you can't do what the Most High does, and you for sure can't make it better than the Most High made it. What's something that Jake said in that video that played at the beginning? He said there's no side effects. There's no drawbacks. But the scriptures say that there's going to be side effects and drawbacks. You think that you're just going to alter the Most High's creation like that and there's not going to be no ramifications, no, you know, negatives to it? Well, let's go to Revelation. Let's finish this and then we'll go to that precept. It says, thy wisdom and thy knowledge have perverted thee, and thou hast said in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. Right? Because that's what Yahweh said. You know, what does Yahweh's name mean? He is. He exists. Yahweh said to Moses when he revealed himself, he said, I am that I am. And Esau is saying the same thing in his heart. I am. You know, I can create things. I can build, you know, my own existence, my own world, my own universe. But let's go to Revelation 16 and 13. This is what is going to happen to people who get this technology. No, that's not it. Let me see. I think it's in this chapter. It must be earlier in it. Let me see. Yep. Revelation chapter 16 and verse 2. It says, and the first went and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous sore upon the men which had the mark of the beast, and upon them which worshipped his image. And that noisome and grievous sore is going to be a sickness, you know, and poisoning from having that technology within you, because of the radiation, because of the you know, well, look at how these phones affect us. You know, you have studies that show that because of the radiation that these phones emit, that, you know, Let's get that as a matter of fact. Let's look it up. Oh, look, I got this up as well, because this is something I got from the Apostle Tahar's video earlier. He posted a video yesterday where he searched up, is human microchipping a part of the fourth industrial revolution? And it's saying right here on Google, yes, human microchipping sits at the intersection of biotechnology and cyber physical systems, which are foundational elements of the fourth industrial revolution. So Google even is saying it outright. Yeah, this is something that is going to happen in the fourth industrial revolution, which is another way to say the Great Reset, Agenda 2030, the New World Order. You know, that's just another name for it. But it's telling you right there that this is something that's going to be done. So they're not even hiding it. That's showing you the end is manifest. But let's go to what was I going to type in? Oh, do phones cause cancer? And now they're saying, look, it says no, there's no reliable scientific evidence that mobile phones cause cancer, but they've shown studies and it said before that it does, you know. But it says here, phones emit low energy non-ionizing radio frequency radiation. This type of energy is too weak to damage the DNA in your cells, which is the process required to trigger cancer. But the thing with the RFID chip is that Esau is trying to bond that with your DNA. He's putting it inside of you. It's going to become a part of your body. So it's saying that phones don't have enough radiation to cause cancer and to affect your cells. But what if your phone was inside of you, constantly emitting an even higher frequency and charge than the phones do right now? Inside your body, what do you think that's going to do? And the scriptures is telling us what that's going to do. It's going to cause that noisome and grievous sore. It's going to be causing cancer. It's going to be causing, sores to come on your body and irreversible damage. You know? So that's the thing. Esau is pushing, all this prosperity, all this that is going to be a beautiful thing. And really, he's hurting people with it. Because not only is the noisome and grievous sores going to be a ramification for getting this RFID chip, but destruction is going to be a ramification for it. Because what does it say in Revelation 14:9? It says, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast in his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. If you get that MOTB, and especially if you hear in America, you are going to be destroyed by a thermonuclear missile. You know? But that's the thing, because it's not just about getting a chip inside you. It's about what it represents. It says, if any man worship the beast in his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, that's what you're doing when you receive that mark. You are pledging allegiance to Esau's system fully. Because the thing about that mark is that you won't be able to live in society unless you have it. And the thing is, a lot of people are, all they know is, what Esau gives them. And what I mean by that is that, even us who are in this truth, up to this point, all we've known is going to Esau. Because what? We have to go to Esau for the one of all things. We have to pay Esau for our food, our water, the roof over our heads. But the thing about us in this truth is that we have been building up in faith and depending on Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. And we are preparing our minds for the fact that there's going to come a point to where all these things that we are granted in Esau's system, while we have jobs and we pay bills and we pay rent and we do these things, we go to the grocery store, we're preparing ourselves to not be in that system no more. And to fully depend on faith and live how Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is going to sustain us. We're preparing our minds for that. We're building up for that. But the thing is, you have people in this world, you have Jake in this world and everybody else that's not even a thought for them. They're not building up in that faith the same way that we are. So when the chip comes, they're just going to take it. Just like they took the jab when that came out with the C-19. Just like they, take anything else that Esau will offer them, because that's all people know. The only faith that people have is in the system, not in the Most High. So wait till times get desperate. Wait till the dollar crashes and all hell breaks loose. And then Esau is saying, hey, get this, and this will bring back stability to your life. People are going to run to the MOTB, So let's read this precept and then we'll close the lesson out. It says, Revelation 13:15, it says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And that killing isn't literally being killed. It can be talking about literally being killed, but that's not always what it's talking about. Because when you go into the Greek of that word, the definition goes into being separated. So it's saying, that Esau will cause as many as would not worship the image of the beast to be separated from society. And a lot of people ain't ready to be separated from this system. Because, and this is to the Israelites. I'll put that, this message is primarily to the Israelites when I say to not take it, because the Israelites are the only ones that have a chance of salvation. The Israelites are the only ones who have any business trying to seek Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai for refuge and safety in these times. So to the Israelites, the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, to even if you don't look like a so-called black, Latino, and Native American, if you are an Israelite through the spirit, through your father's lineage, then listen up. Because you have to be ready to be separated from this world, to be separated from this system. And it's easier said than done, because we're going to come a time to where you really living off the grid. That's no phone, no car, no communication, no store, no nothing that we're used to, because it's all going to be through the chip. You're not going to have access to none of that. But the scriptures tell us that the Lord's servants is going to want for nothing, that we're going to be fed, that we're going to rejoice in the times of the end. And like the scriptures say, name whoever trusted in the Lord and was confounded. All these scriptures that we read of all these historical accounts of men of the Lord, of followers of the Most High who went out on faith, and the Lord protected them, the Lord sustained them, the Lord made sure that they had what they needed, then we have to believe that that very same thing is going to happen for us, So yeah, hey, again, that video that played at the beginning is very relevant to the times that we're in. This is a very real thing, and it's only about to ramp up. This, we getting closer and closer. Hey, it's June. If it's June. And hey, Lord willing, this prophecy comes at at hyper speed. Because once that prophecy of the MOTB comes to pass, then you can expect the Lord's return to come very, very, very soon after it. And the Lord's return, it marks the end of Esau and his rule. So, hey, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Once again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rachar Kodash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS, and salutation to the hopeful elect. Hey, shalom.